Oh, what's wrong, Ryan? Are you upset about your brother?
Yeah.
You know, son, you'd still have a baby brother if your mom would stop drinking.
That's right, honey.
Well, there's not much you can do about the third trimester jitters.
How's your arm, Ryan?
Ow, it hurts.
It only looks broken, sweetie. What can Mommy do to make it better?
Could I listen to the Lazlow Show?
Well, I guess that would be okay.
Kick ass.
You be good, son. Your mom and I are going to a swinger party. For now, we'll let the Lazlow Show babysit you.
Should we start with the national anthem? Yeah, screw it. Yeah, I got too drunk last night. Just play the opening music.
Lazlow Show, episode 4. Got Jim Florentine, the comedian from Crank Yankers, in the house. Got stories from Alaska, some romantic moments with Big Wayne, another Jaguar Skills adventure, and some wrap-up on Jimmy, the illegal immigrant we had in last week. This is the Lazlow Show on K-Rock.
What you probably remember was more like this.
93 K-Rock, it is the Lazlow Show, episode 4. Here with Reed Tucker, the attempted producer, and in studio, probably the biggest star that we've had yet, Reed.
Huge.
Well, besides the illegal immigrant we brought in last week.
That's right.
So I guess you've had nobody.
Correct. Well, we lost a guy, and so in order to fill the third place, because our original third guy was told by his employer never to do this show again, because they were listening. And so we went to Home Depot and picked up a guy named Jimmy, who's a day laborer, and last week we trained him to be on the air. And evidently you called him,
Yeah.
and we haven't heard back from him.
He will not return my calls. He's gone all Hollywood now. I heard he's got like a producer. He's dating Lindsay Lohan. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, we'll never see him again.
Well, maybe he got deported.
Like, there he is. It was kind of weird. I saw some, naturalization agents standing outside after the show.
Those day laborers are great, man, because my brother's building a house in Jersey, and he just picks them off on the corner, 9 in the morning.
You could beat them.
Yeah, you give them like $50 for the day or whatever, and $8-9 an hour, and they work like 14-15 hours. It's great.
Jimmy got a bag of Skittles for his shift. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, there almost wasn't a fourth show. Besides the fact that I was in Alaska where there's bears mauling people, I was on the train, the Long Island Railroad, on the way in, and I have, I ordered the obligatory radio megaphone from radiohacks.com or whatever, because you got to have a megaphone if you do a radio show, and it's got a siren on it with this little switch on the side, and it's in my backpack on the Long Island Railroad, and everybody's on heightened alert, and I'm sitting there minding my own business, and all of a sudden goes off for about 20 full seconds in my bag while I'm furiously trying to get in my bag. People were bugging. They thought if I were a brown guy, they would have beat me senseless right there.
But you're like a long-haired dude, so they probably just thought, all right, his boss is calling him, he's got to go cut another lawn. You know what I mean? So they probably weren't too scared. Like, what's that long hair? Mom's calling, she wants, you left the hairdryer on.
It was a bit of a scene. Reed and I were thinking about getting in on this. It's in Wired magazine. Christians are now coding their own video games to, combat all the awful video games that are out there. They're going to provide alternatives to the sex and violence by making video games where I guess you invade other countries and kill heathens or something. I don't know how it works.
The Christians are going to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong years ago when people slaughtering everybody, you know what I mean? They got that from a video game in 1812. Right. You know what I mean? They saw a Grand Theft Auto and they just started slaughtering Indians and whatever, you know what I mean?
I got the idea to shoot all the Indians from, what games were they playing back there?
Yeah, from Pac-Man, Atari.
Right. Shoot the Indians was the game that they were playing. It was a real live action thrill. My buddy who's a Marine said that they've got this big Hummer now that goes around that's completely decked out with a sound system, video game consoles, and they go to college campuses and kids come over and are playing video games and stuff, and the recruiters are there, and it's like, hey, and of course it's all like military first-person shooters, like, I don't know, the video game that the U.S. military developed to help recruit more people. Have you heard about that, America's Army? They're using it to recruit. It's a game, the video that the Army came out with. So these kids are in the back of this, really cool Hummer playing video games, and the guys come over, tap them on the shoulder, and said, hey, if you like that in virtual reality, we can put you on a plane and give you some of the real thing. Good fun.
Man.
Are people signing up?
Evidently not.
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Right.
I don't know too much about video games, man. Lazlow called me probably, like a year and a half ago. You're like, hey, man, you want to do a voice on Grand Theft Auto? And I'm like, what is that? He's like, you're kidding me, right? I'm like, no, I don't know. He's like, you don't know what Grand Theft Auto is? I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't. He goes, how do you not know what that is?
Right. And then I see him down in Philly at the Couzin Ed's Babe Fest, and he goes, do you know how many people told me I'm an absolute idiot for not...
I know. My nephew's like, you could have been on there. I'm like, I didn't know. I don't know. I make prank phone calls. I listen to heavy metal, and I write penis jokes.
I meant to ask you, like, what, because we were at this party, and everybody's coming over with their mobile phone. Dude, will you make a prank phone call? You're funny on Crank Yakers. And you were just trying to pick up porn stars and strippers at this party. You don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, you get C-blocked by a cell phone.
Right. There's so many guys coming
I got C-blocked by special ed.
Does that happen to you all the time?
Yeah, people want me to do it. That's fine. I don't care, man. It's like, well, it takes 2 seconds. It takes them 45 minutes to get their voicemail on their phone. You know what I mean? Everybody, they can play a video game on their phone and do whatever, but they can't get to their voicemail for some reason. So I'm rapping with a hot chick, and she's like, yeah, let's go around the corner and go get a beer. I'm like, all right. And this guy's like, wait, I got to get to my voice. Just get to it already, stupid. Come on.
Yeah, we, with our third man, we tried to do a prank phone call. And if you could... we'll do this and play a tune, but we're not very good at prank phone. We've tried one, and we ended up sort of losing our How do you keep your composure doing those things? Because, you've got several albums of these. How you keep from just bursting out laughing?
Yeah, I'm good at messing with people. I could even do it live or whatever. I don't break character. It's just been, I just been lying to girlfriends over the years. You know what I mean? When I come home at 5 in the morning, I smell like a stripper. You know what I mean? I just ate at Burger King. The whaler sandwich fell on me, So I'm just used to it.
Well,
Can I say that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is bad.
It's after 10 o'clock.
Yeah, how you doing? Listen, my boy Brandon has been in the 5th grade for 4 years. That's because of your damn school curriculum.
I don't know.
What do you feed these kids? Nothing but Klondike bars and Three Musketeers and whatever that Take 5 shit from Hershey's is. Oh, let me tell you something. That kid could he could provide shade for 4 people on the beach. What a hammer on that kid. He acted as one of those gates that come down and you gotta pay the toll, the easy pass. They just put him right there instead of the gate. My God, he can open up car doors, locks. He even got this one guy out of a freezer one time.
The Lazlow Show.
93 K-Rock is the Lazlow Show. That one was for you, Jim, because you were just commenting about how we just can never get enough Nirvana.
Yeah, I know, because I haven't heard that song in the last 45 minutes.
No, we can't make disparaging remarks.
I didn't. I'm just saying, that's...
I'm trying to figure out the board. Ed, are you even there?
Wait, are you talking about songs that are dedicated to Jim?
Yeah, what are songs dedicated to Jim?
Big Balls by AC/DC?
We're at a Danko Jones show, and Danko dedicates a song about a man to Jim. Remember that?
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Wait, what song was that? I was like, it's kind of cool that he dedicated a song to you, but it's about a man. That's kind of gay.
Yeah, I think it was like Sounds of Love or something like that. It was like, it was all weird. And
so Couzin Ed does afternoons at our sister station WYSP in Philly,
and Lazlow calls in and rides my coattails on that show.
I've been on his show literally 300 times in the last two years. Yeah. 300 times, because we count how many times.
Which explains my ratings.
Right. Good
you got
job.
to go to the Home Depot and pick up some guy.
Yeah, you should think about going to the Home Depot and picking somebody up, dude. It worked for us.
It's probably somebody better than you.
So I call Ed to share my stories of Alaska, hunting, fishing. Well, I wasn't really hunting. I was just, doing a lot of fishing.
No, you call me crying, go, dude, I'm at the airport in Seattle.
And you were in Seattle, too. I'm like, we got a delayed flight. Come hang out at the bar.
No, there's no way I'm coming to hang out with you. I don't want no. I had a chick. There's Lazlow. There's boobs.
Right. So I thought I'd beat you on adventure stories, but you went kayaking.
Yes, I went kayaking in Seattle, and while I was kayaking, it was one of those like two-person kayaks. Let me apologize for the slur right now. I'm in a bar. Two-person kayaks. The girl I'm dating now is in the front. And all of a sudden I look over and there's this boat, one of those open-faced boats. And in the back is a tripod with a camera. And obviously he's filming something. I thought it was still photos. And I realized it's video. And there's two girls in the front of the boat. I'm like, oh, look, a modeling shoot. That's pretty cool as the boat's moving. And then all of a sudden the girls took their shirts off and started kissing. I'm like, oh, girl-on-girl action.
They were shooting a porn by the river. And there's Ed. So what does he start
That's
doing?
beautiful. If I was Ed, I would have thrown my girlfriend in the water and went over to the boat.
No, I needed her at that point. I'm like, row faster. We keep up long enough, we'll see nudity. And she had nothing to do with that.
Right. Now, but weren't you like yelling and they had to do a retake?
What was funny is, like, I don't know if you live in I don't know if they have Ride the Ducks up there in New York, but they have them in Seattle. And you got to realize, here's girl-on-girl porn on the same lake that the Ride the Ducks thing is. These kids are riding around.
There's all these tourists.
Right.
I love it. So
your girlfriend wanted no part of it, though?
I don't think she just wanted to row to see nudity when, obviously she can see it.
That's great, though, dude. That's nature. That's getting right back. That's Adam and Eve style off in that piece.
That's all. Yeah, that's right. Let's get back to nature. Let's get back to girl-on-girl porn.
So Florentine, I was talking to Ed, and he said that you have something against Applebee's.
I just don't like it. My ex-girlfriend...
I'm at Applebee's right now.
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend used to make me go to Applebee's. She made me cut my hair and, try to turn me into this yuppie, and I had to go meet her yuppie friends at Applebee's every weekend. It was horrible. So I have horrible memories of Applebee's, sitting around talking to these nerds about their computers and their friggin' Palm Pilots.
See, and that's what people in the Midwest do.
I know.
Is they go to chain restaurants and hang out.
Jim, they do. What is Applebee's equivalent to, like, the Bloomin' Onion? They have to have something.
I don't even... They got the Applebee burger, which drives me nuts. You know what I mean? Because I just try... Yeah, can I get a hamburger? Oh, it's not a hamburger, so yes, it is. This right here. You mean the Applebee burger? No, I mean the hamburger. I'll point to it on the menu. I won't say your stupid way of saying your stuff. Applebee burger. I'm a grown man.
Our spokesman, Tanya, brags about you and your bit about SUVs and Applebee's.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do a whole thing on just how I hope when SUVs flip over and they can't go to Applebee's anymore.
You beep on the way by. Hey, see you at Applebee's.
Yeah, hope you didn't get any blood on your khakis.
People go there just to get the free refills. They give you like a gallon of soda. I don't know.
At this bar, I think I'm a Looney Tunes.
I went to hanging out in the Birch Hill watching like Motorhead to be in an Applebee's wearing khakis talking about golf.
Dude,
That's why I have problems with Applebee's.
I saw Lemmy playing Miss Pac-Man at the Rainbow in L.A. the first time I went there.
Did you really?
Really?
Yes. I was like, all right, I got to meet a star. My first time in L.A. Let's go to the Rainbow. I'm stuck in that 80s metal kind of groove, and I go to the Rainbow like 4 in the afternoon. There's nobody there. I have a beer at the bar anyway. I look over in the dark corner. There's Lemmy from Motorhead by himself playing Mrs. Pac-Man.
Who's like 110 years old and still drinks a bottle of Jack a day.
And that big mole with like hair growing out of it.
That's beautiful. He never got that taken off. God bless him.
I love it. We're going to play some Audio Slave. See you, Ed. 93 K-Rock, Great Rock Period. It is the Lazlow Show. We've made it 4 episodes, Reed. The phones have been ringing at the Radio Lazlow compound, I got to tell you.
Have they?
They have been ringing.
We're not answering, though.
No, I'm answering them, dude.
You got too much going on with the motherboard over there.
Correct. People don't understand how radio stations work now.
They don't. There are no records in here.
Imagine an iPod loaded up with commercials.
Right.
And music.
Right.
They think that I'm in here wiggity whacking.
No.
No.
You know that first computer they built that took up like a whole room?
I think it's called the ENIAC.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know how you run that thing, answer the phone.
Coming up in a bit, we've got a romantic moment with Big Wayne from Queens. We've got another Jaguar Skills adventure. But in studio right now, we've got Jim Florentine, comedian. You're actually at Caroline's or something recently. I couldn't go to that. Were you Caroline's?
Yeah, I was there about a month ago.
Right, and you've been touring around. In fact, when I partied with you in Philly, you had dates to do down in Virginia.
I was in Richmond, Virginia, and I drove Wednesday and Thursday. I drove to Philly on Friday, did the show there, and then drove back to Richmond on Saturday.
We were partying until 4 or 5 in the morning, and he had stand up to do that night, and he had to drive to it. And I don't know.
6 hours in traffic. I got to Richmond, Virginia, an hour before the show. I was still hungover. And I had to play in front of a bunch of soccer moms in Richmond, Virginia, with a hangover, and they hated me. They hated me.
It's a glamorous life, isn't it?
No, it was cool though.
Yeah.
You know, I like to get under their skin.
Right.
The soccer moms?
Yeah. Because they come out, they're like, "Oh, this is going to be fun. We're going to
That's a nice night of comedy.
Yeah, we're going to celebrate Nancy's birthday," and they all come out and they got little balloons on the table. And I come out talking about abortion, It's beautiful. And I ruin their birthday and everything else.
That's great.
Why would you go see a comedian on someone's birthday party? Because you don't know what you're getting.
Right.
Oh, let's just go to the comedy club,
Right.
Unless you know who you're going to go see and you like that person. They had no idea who I was.
Good.
They were disgusted.
Right. They're like, "Oh, crank yankers. I like puppets."
They didn't even know. The kids know, but they don't know. But it was beautiful. I ruined their day, and I was very happy.
Jim had the greatest pickup line, Reed. When there was all those strippers backstage at Cousin Ed's Babe Fest. By the way, I really enjoyed hanging up on Ed. Can I tell you how much fun that was doing? That ruled.
He didn't mind.
He didn't mind.
He had 8 drinks.
Every Friday, he's half into a vodka bottle. But we're backstage. Jim has the best line ever. He goes up to this girl, and he says, "You look a lot like my girlfriend." And it seemed to have worked.
That worked?
It did, because she looked just like her, yeah. So I just started talking with my girlfriend. She's like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Yeah, you got to see. You guys are both, Asian, all this crap." And
right, except this chick was a stripper, and then we got to this party.
No, she was. She's a porn star.
Oh, was she a porn star?
The Asian one, yeah.
I couldn't tell. We got to that after party, and she jumped up on the pool table and started gyrating, and there was no music playing. And I'm over in the corner having a conversation with some nerd about comic books. Cousin Ed's off in a room with another porn star who falls asleep. I'm like, "Did you get any action?" Nope, she fell asleep.
Yeah, and I'm trying to talk to this one. She's like, "Oh, look what I'm doing." And then I got some guy, "Hey, man, could you leave a special ed message on my cell phone?" I'm like, "Dude, can I do it tomorrow? Come on."
We should play one of your calls, the no call. And I was at your website with jimflorentine.com, and there's like a picture of you and Eminem.
Yeah, well, we did some calls on Crank Yankers. He's a big fan of the Crank Yankers show.
So he called up and like, "Yo, I want to do some phone calls." Is he an all right dude? Or?
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I'm actually going to go see him tomorrow night in Philly.
Really?
Yeah.
He's white from what I understand.
No, he is. He's just like a little kid. He just loves pranks and farts and stuff like that. You could tell by his videos. He just likes to have a good time.
Yeah.
But we did we did these prank calls. We were calling out doing something, right? And we got this black guy on the phone. He's like, we're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm just hanging out. I'm watching my kids. My wife's working." I'm just smoking some pot. We're like, "With your kids around?" He's like, "Yeah, whatever,
Hey, nothing better than getting high with the kids.
Yeah, he's admitting this on the phone to some idiots that we were trying to call a 99-cent store and do something, but we called the wrong number. So and the guy keeps cursing. So Eminem's like, "Let's call him back." So we call him back. And we get his machine, and 50 Cent is playing on his machine, the music. And Eminem owns that. That's his record company. So he says, "Hey, man, pick up the phone." He goes, "This is really Eminem. And this is to show you on Crank X." And the dude goes, "Oh, get out. This ain't Eminem." He goes, "I swear, this is Eminem." The guy's sitting in his house like Arizona, stoned at 10 in the morning. What is Eminem calling his house for? And he's like, "Look, man, I own that music on there. You know what I mean? I need to get a royalty off it." He goes, "This ain't Eminem." He goes, "I swear, dude, it's Eminem. And when I'm on the show Crank Yankers, I got this other dude here. He's on the show." He's like, "This is Eminem." He's like, "Yeah," and he just started going off on Eminem. "You wigger," like that. And Eminem's like, "You," and he's screaming back at him, and the guy hung up on him, and Eminem's like, "Call him back." It was great. They never released the call though, Crank Yankers, for some reason.
Man.
They were going back, and he got so mad. The guy's calling him out. "Yeah, Dr. Dre made you." He's like, "No, Dr. Dre's screaming back and forth. It was great,
so
man.
these CDs that you do you just sit at home and wait for the phone to ring? Is that your life, basically?
Yeah, I got nothing going on. I was doing that all this week. I was getting up at 8 in the morning to 8 at night, just waiting for the phone to ring.
There and look at the phone.
I look at the phone, and my friend called like 4 o'clock today. I thought it was a telemarketer. I'm like, "Oh man, I thought you were a telemarketer." He's like, "Oh, sorry,
Well, this call is one of my favorite from your site. I don't know if I'm going to play the whole thing because it's like 18 hours long, but this is called No, and the woman can't even pronounce like half. The telemarketer can't even pronounce half of her script.
Hello.
Hi, my name is. You have time for me to explain to you exactly what we can do for you?
Yeah.
Now, for you to qualify for our program, you must have a minimum of $5,000 in unsecured debt. Now, the most important part to qualify you must be struggling to make your payments or past due.
What was that part you just said?
You must be struggling or past due. Are you past due?
No, that was before that.
Struggling.
No, before that.
You must have a minimum of $5,000 and above in unsecured debt with each.
No, not that.
What is it?
No, there was something else I missed in there.
To qualify you for our program, you must you must have a minimum of 5.
No, it wasn't that.
Well, what is it, sir?
I don't know. If I knew what it was, I wouldn't be asking you.
We are a non-profit debt settlement company.
No.
I'm reading from a strip, and I know exactly what I just stated.
The part right before the debt relief, you said. What was that?
We are the debt relief.
It was right before that.
We are the exclusive agent for national.
No.
You're throwing me for loops right here, and that's all that I have stated.
Must have been right after the debt relief thing.
A non-profit debt settlement.
No.
Let me finish, sir. A non-profit debt settlement company.
No, it's not that. It's not that.
Information.
It's not that. This is frustrating.
Would you please let me explain that maybe you won't be so confused or getting so frustrated?
Okay, but you said that one 3 times. I told you that wasn't it.
Okay, then let me go on to proceed further then.
Okay.
Now, because we are a non-profit company.
No.
I'm trying to explain, sir, to you the program, and you're acting as if you don't want to correspond and listen. You keep hollering, no.
Because I know, as soon as you start talking, I know that's not it.
Oh, my God. There's 2 more minutes of that. How did you keep her on the line?
Oh, yeah, she was, because I play stupid. Like, I don't know if there's anything wrong. It's the other part. I don't know, I'm telling her I'm getting frustrated.
More with Jim Florentine on the Lazlow Show after this. 923 K-Rock, it is the Lazlow Show, Show 4. We don't even know if there's going to be a Show 5, Reed.
No, it probably won't be.
No. There's been
after the crummy guest tonight, probably
there's
not.
There's been some phone calls, Reed.
Yeah.
Representation's coming. We're going strong.
Really?
Strong. Dude, listen. Everybody's talking about Grand Theft Auto.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's Congress. That's not in a good way.
Oh, that's true.
No.
There's a lot of good stuff going on in Washington. They're doing some good things.
Some good work.
Mm-hmm. I love watching these 24-hour channels devoted to, like, people yelling at each other about politics. I can't even deal with it anymore, dude.
Yeah, it just gives me a headache.
How people sit and watch these political shows, I do not get. It's just like, all it does is get you mad. You know?
Yeah.
That's why people go to... Is comedy coming back? Because I remember, like, in the 80s, comedy was huge.
Yeah.
And then there was that, like, the comedy.com bust or something. Were you part of that? Did you have shares? Did you go public as JimFlorentine.com?
No, not at all. I was just, white trash guy from Jersey doing penis jokes. So, no, I think it just got saturated on TV. Too many shows and stuff, so it went away for a while. It's huge again now, though. In New York alone, there's like 12 different comedy clubs that do comedy every night of the week, and it's packed.
Yeah?
Every club. It's great, man.
You're doing some shows tonight? Like, you're leaving here and literally going to the Comedy Cellar?
No, I got to do some shows tonight, and I got some shows down the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, when are those?
August 18, 19, 20, Club Casbah in Wildwood.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was looking at your schedule, man. You're flying all over the place. Do these comedy clubs actually pay for you to fly?
Yeah, they do.
That's nuts. I don't understand how they're making any money, these places.
350 people, $15 a head.
2 drink
minimum, plus they got food. They make a fortune, these comedy clubs.
Do they?
Yeah.
And then you're just like a trained monkey up there.
That's fine. I don't care. I like going up there. I could say whatever the hell I want, man. It's a great job. But you don't get girls after the show.
No groupies?
No, comedians don't get groupies. Doesn't matter what level you're at. I guess if you're a big star or whatever, you can. But guys in bands get the chicks.
Well, you were saying when you were mowing lawns for a living, you were banging strippers.
Yeah, because that's how I had long hair. You know what I mean?
Dude, let me get this straight. I have had long hair for years, and there's been no stripper banging.
It must be a Jersey thing, you know?
Right, it must be. Did you roll up in your Camaro and crank up some Bon Jovi?
I didn't even have a Camaro. I had like a Chevy Malibu. It had no bumper in the front. It was beautiful, but the strippers didn't care, because they had the sugar daddy sit next to them. They were paying for everything and buying everything. I would just sit there, you know what I mean?
When is the best time to go to a strip club to pick up?
Usually when their shift ends around like 6 to 8 or whatever is when
in the morning.
No, at night, because that's when the day girls go from like 11 to about 7 or something like that.
And they're just sauced.
They're usually sauced and they want to go hang out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good time, or just at the end of the night. You just got to put a lot of time in, though.
And which ones are more messed up, the day shift or the night shift?
The day shift are the more alcoholics, though. They start drinking at like 11 a.m. It's beautiful.
That's good.
And so they're
wounded by like 4. My buddy used to do in Jersey, they got the strip clubs where you give them $1, the old school ones.
Yeah.
So we used to rip the dolls in half and roll them up and, give them the dolls so we get 2 stuffs for $1. Because they just throw the dolls in the middle of the stage and they pick them up at the end. They go count them in the back, in between their sets, so they don't know what jerk just did that.
Wooden nickel kind of vibe.
Isn't that great? 2 stuffs for $1. We can only last like an hour in the club, but then we'd have to move to another one because they would catch on to find out who was doing it.
I always put a Canadian quarter in the stripper's G-string, man. She don't know.
That's great.
Yeah.
I was in a strip club in Oklahoma City where they're constantly busting the strip clubs because, it's the Bible country down there. And I hate going to strip clubs. I do not get it. And my buddies were like, come on, let's go. So we go, and what do you know? I sit down. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll have a couple of beers. Police storm the place, right? And they're starting to, cuff people and the whole thing for, lewd and lascivious whatever. And this cop comes over to me, and he recognizes me because I used to give him free pizza at Godfather's Pizza when I worked the front counter.
You've come a long way.
He's like, Lazlow, man, what's up? I said, dude, I do not want to be here. And he's like, dude, and he snuck me out.
Nice.
I cut my teeth basically doing comedy. Cut some this strip club in Phillipsburg, New Jersey called the Boxcar. They used to have comedians go on in between the strippers on the top of the hour.
Wait. It was a strip club called the Boxcar?
The Boxcar, yeah. And it was a bring your own. So guys used to bring your own. They bring their coolers in. It was like a bad fishing trip. You know what I mean? So all these, and then all of a sudden the comedian goes on. They're boo, and it was all nudes. They're like, oh, they don't want to see this guy up there.
And you're up there like, who likes him?
Yeah, I'm like, so anybody married? They're like, boo.
Who's flown recently?
Yeah, I know. Anybody been on a plane? Boo. Get off the stage. And they didn't pay that much, but they would give us free lap dances. So I would just do it. I do it like every Friday and Saturday night because I get all the lap dances I want, a couple $100.
Not bad.
But in between, I have to hide in the office for like 15 minutes because everybody hated me because I interrupted the whole night. There'd be a bachelor party there. I'm up there telling jokes.
Whose bright idea was strippers and comedy?
It was the club owner. He loved comedians, so he wanted to have them in between.
Nice.
So your probably most famous character on Crank Yankers is the retard.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, especially.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I was listening to on your site today.
Jim, I'm calling in behalf of Wireless, through which you can get a free cell phone worth $100.
Yay, I love cell phones. Yay, I'm going to get a free cell phone. Yay, that's great.
Okay, so with that, you're also getting $100 one package of...
And I'm going to get $100. Yay, a free cell phone and $100. Yay, that's great.
You'll be getting 5 calling features free.
I'm going to get 5 calling features free, too. Yay, that's great.
And, sir, you're also getting $30 cash rebate, which comes to you as a...
$30 cash? Yay, I'm going to get $30 cash. Yay, that's great.
And, sir, with that, you're not paying anything over the phone. You're not signing any contract.
I'm not going to pay anything over the phone. Yay, that's great.
I don't know how. There's another minute and a half of you berating that guy.
Was that guy calling from Mumbai? What was going on there?
That wasn't Crank Yankers. That was a telemarketer trying to sell me a cell phone. So whatever he said, I was just going, yay. And
Can you please be having a cell phone?
Yay.
Oh, we can just reenact it right here.
And how much longer did that go on afterwards? From there?
It was like a 3-minute call.
Wow.
But they can go on 6-7 minutes.
What's the longest?
I have ones that clock in at like 10 minutes.
And you're just going off on these people.
Yeah, I like my Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner calls.
Why don't
you know what I mean? Like the 13-minute epic calls. I put it at the end. They don't, because they're on a script and they can't get past it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, they don't know what to do when they get thrown for a loop.
93 K-Rock, Great Rock Period. It is the Lazlow Show, Week 4. I have not mentioned, Reed, the big website, Lazlow.com.
Right.
LAZLOW.com. People can go for like stuff that we've done on previous shows. There's clips from Jimmy, the day laborer that we picked up last week.
Some fake commercials.
They
can email you as well.
They can email the show.
Right.
No, this isn't us, Reed. This is not a me.
All right.
It's the Lazlow Show, and then we don't mention you, but you're here.
I'm behind the scenes.
Jim Florentine's in studio. You know, I wish that I could air Florentine's rants against movies, because every week Reed, it's like he forgets. He says to me, "Hey, did you go see a da-da-da movie?" And I'm like, "Reed, I don't go to movies.
I've been a shut-in.
I've been to the movie theater literally probably 3 times in the last 7 or 8 years." I despise the entire experience. I hate having to paying money to watch 40 minutes of commercials and trailers for some movie where a woman saves a dog in a well and then gets married, and I'm not down with it.
Yeah.
You didn't see Must Love Dogs?
No, what is that?
It's the new romantic comedy.
Oh, romantic comedies must die.
It's every romantic comedy is the same thing. The trailer, if you watch it on TV, it's always Julia Roberts, Sandra Bullock, or Drew Barrymore tripping because they're always clumsy.
Right.
That's where they get their laughs from. They're clumsy, and they get hit. They get hit in the nose with a tennis ball. Everybody's always getting punched. There's always a punch.
There's always an animal involved in
There's always an animal, of course.
The tennis, the nose thing. I mean, hello, Marsha perfected that.
Exactly.
I mean, there's nobody going to do the.
The physical, when the Three Stooges did it, that was funny.
Right.
They did it good. All right, no more of that. Stop it, Julia Roberts. That's not funny when someone falls. If an old lady falls down the stairs, I'll laugh for an hour.
Right, especially if she's an immigrant. Right.
But it's not funny. It's like, come on. If you slip in dog crap, okay, then maybe. But they never do. It's she's clumsy. She doesn't know what she's doing.
Right.
She can't put her shoe on. How is that funny?
Right. I mean, it's.
And I'm on a plane and people are watching these movies. They play those corny.
People
I hear them laughing. I want to go up there and just start strangling them. I really do.
I hate that. All the movies on planes are always dopey romantic.
I want to find the air marshal and say, "Can I just borrow your gun for a second? Seriously, what are you laughing at? I kicked their seat. Stop it."
I was on a plane to Europe, and they were showing, it's like an 80-hour flight, and they were showing that show 24.
Mm-hmm.
They were showing all the episodes in order, and I was like, man, this is really weird, because in like show 3, this woman on a plane blows it up while it's in mid-flight, and I said that's kind of an odd thing to be showing on. They actually started showing the episodes after that episode.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
What? Well, yeah, it does. I don't want to watch planes blowing up while I'm on one.
Right, I know, but you don't know what's going on.
Dude, I was on an Air France flight. You know that one that just smashed into the
ravine. Yeah.
Air France has these new on the video screen now. They've mounted a camera under the nose, and you can see as you're landing and taking off a live video feed from the front of the plane. It is not. You do not want to see it. Dude, it scared the hell out of me. Right. I was like, you know what? I'm happy just sitting here looking at that smelly dude next to me and that old woman in front of me. I wasn't down with it. But we should tell you about our buddy Big Wayne, who comes on the show every now and then. He's from Queens. He's sort of, we get complaints that we don't appeal to the ladies enough. So we have a guy named Big Wayne who, he does these little bits for us to remind us, speaking of romantic comedies, of really what love's all about.
Romantic Moments with Big Wayne.
Chick's name was Debbie. Her brother's name was Mooney, who we really hung out with. And she was born with a disfigured arm. And at the elbow joint, it had a little hand that never grew past a 5-year-old's hand. When I met it, was actually a baby hand, and then it grew to be like a little child's hand. And she always kept it covered up. And I had a fantasy of that, I'd like to be by hand from the mini hand. And not being that well endowed, I might feel humongous.
Romantic Moments with Big Wayne.
The Lazlow Show.
And there's supposed to be a fish flopping around at this moment. Was that in this video?
Yeah, that was the video, yeah.
People like animal rights activists are all upset. I'm sure the Beastie Boys wouldn't be into that now, that they've changed half of their songs so they're not offensive. Aren't the Beastie Boys like 110 years old now to be touring?
Still wearing a baseball hat sideways.
At what point do you stop saying yo and just say I'm retiring? I'm done.
Right.
I'm done. We're out to I forgot to mention, it's the Lazlow Show. We're here with Jim Florentine from Crank Yankers, and he's a comedian about town, actually about the country, because his website's got about 80 billion dates listed, or maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, there's a few there,
Who books you anyway?
I got an agent that just sends me on the crap,
Was that working out for you?
Yeah, it works out fine. I love doing stand-up, man, because I can go up on stage, dressed whatever way I want, say whatever I want. I'm my own boss.
Right.
I don't have some nerd guy telling me what to do and all this stuff, you know what I mean? And So I could just do whatever I want. So I don't care where I got to play to go do that.
So you were a big fan of the romantic moment with Big Wayne that we played.
That guy is a genius.
Dude, we sit
I could sit and listen to that guy for hours.
We do.
He sounds like one of my friends.
Come to Long Beach. I swear, if you come to Long Beach on the weekend, you can sit. They call him the mayor of the beach. He stands there with a huge blunt, also called a Dutch, and holds court and has us rolling. I'm going to bring him in here. I've been slowly trying to teach him Radio 101 because he'll come in here and there'll be like, FCC stormtroopers coming off in the piece.
How is that guy not famous? He should have his own sitcom.
Right. Put him on Crank Anchors, dude.
Everybody loves Wayne, it should be. That guy just sit there with a blunt and tell stories. Right. I don't need a wacky neighbor next door. Just let him sit in an easy chair and tell stories for a half hour.
All those shows do have the wacky neighbor next door.
Of course.
Don't they?
They always do.
Right. Dude, the formulas,
the gay neighbor. I never had a gay neighbor. Why does every show have a gay neighbor?
We had a gay neighbor in Oklahoma and we burned his house down.
There you go.
It's about tolerance on the Lazlow Show.
Nah, yeah, you know.
So you're about to split. You're going to go into the Comedy Cellar in a few minutes?
Yeah, I got to get going.
So, and you're doing some stand-up tonight.
Yep.
That's excellent. And none of it you can actually do on the air?
Probably not.
Yeah, all right. That's cool.
There's no restriction, because it could be kids listening at 11:45. You never know.
Right.
Yeah. The FCC is very worried about what the kids are doing,
And
meanwhile, the politicians all got hookers in their hotel rooms,
Correct.
That are paid by our taxpayers' dollars. So,
dude, it might as well go to something.
But if we mention farts, we get
in big trouble.
Yeah, we're in big trouble.
So, and I may be now. And so.
Why? Because I said the F word?
So,
that's the new F word on the radio, farts.
Yeah.
I have to do radio all around the country, and they go, look, can you not mention the word fart, please? And I'm like, are you serious? I go, and then I try to mess with them. I go, can I at least make the noise into the mic? They go,
no,
you better not. Don't even make the noise. Don't even make the noise.
Right. Here's the deal.
Meanwhile, if I fart at a funeral, everybody laughs.
Talk about this.
I'm just saying, everybody laughs if I let one go. So it's always funny.
Right.
Always.
We can't.
Have you done that?
We're gonna.
Of course I have.
Listen, we're gonna have to go to our correspondent and. You're listening to Radio Lazlow. We go now live to our correspondent in Jesus Land. What are people doing there?
Just making sure those minorities don't rise up against us.
I see.
Those minorities, they're shifty.
I thought Jesus Land was a compassionate place with, a focus on religion.
NASCAR is the national religion. Shooting is the state religion. Locally, it's shooing off them Mexican kids off my yard.
Thank you very much. That was our correspondent live from Jesus Land. 92.3 K-Rock. See, we have to play that to balance out because the way the country has... See, I wear a cowboy hat now. People go, why do you wear a cowboy hat? And pretty soon they're going to start gunning you down in the streets if you don't. It's bad. We're wicked behind. We still have a Jaguar Skills adventure to get to. We were trying to sort of explain the concept of this to Jim. Can you explain the concept, Reed?
I can try. It's like one of those.
Okay,
old,
you're not doing a very good job.
What did?
It's like a weekly radio serial that we've been producing with this guy in England. It's probably going to end up being animated. This is the 4th episode. It's about a ninja DJ who smokes a lot of hash and bangs black women.
It's like old-fashioned radio serial, is what.
Right.
We're
trying to bring radio back to its roots.
It sounds like my friend Roadhog does the same stuff.
Roadhog called in earlier.
He did. He called in.
He said he got drunk and bought a pool on eBay.
Him and Wayno Drano, hanging out drinking beers.
So let's do a Jaguar Skills adventure. Jim Florentine, thanks for being on the Lazlow Show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
His website is jimflorentine.com. Without further ado, Jaguar Skills. Whoops. You're listening to... I've got this other thing over here, Reed. Remember? What do you say when I screw up?
Sorry, we're experiencing technical difficulties.
And you just say it over and over?
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
You're not sounding very motivated.
Look, man, as soon as you pay me in something other than beer.
Jesus Land was I thought Jesus Land was a compassionate place.
Yeah.
It's not, especially when you screw up. Everybody's so excited about the Jaguar Skills adventure.
We just lost 10,000 listeners.
Dude, we lost 10,000 listeners at 10:01.
My name is DJ Jaguar Skills. Secret ninja powers are revealed to me when I hold aloft my magic stick.
Jaguar
With my fly Ebony Honey at my side, and my friends, the mighty Fat Boss crew at my back, I battle evil.
Jaguar Skills, the funkiest ninja in the universe.
Jaguar Skills. Jaguar Skills is filmed before a live studio audience.
Yo, all right.
Jaguar Skills.
Thank you. Cheers, mates. Thanks. You know, my life hasn't always been about fighting ninjas, banging Ritalin sluts at clubs and smoking hash, you know. Jesus, that wasn't even a joke. Do you want me to pull out my nunchucks on your ass? Yo, you in the front row. Laugh tracks are crap. I will put a wicked ninja mind meld on you there in the front row. It'll make you feel like you've been raped by one of the Spice Girls. Right then. Let's travel back in time to when I was a wee little ninja DJ living with my mum.
Jag, are you playing with your magic stick again? Get down here.
Yo.
The principal called. What's this business about you killing a bunch of classmates today with throwing stars?
Oh, Mum, I'm going to be a superhero with mad turntable skills. I've got to practice the dark arts once in a while.
This is from video games, isn't it?
Look, Double Dragon kicks ass.
I knew it. That ColecoVision was the worst purchase ever.
Do you think Bruce Lee's mum ever got her knickers in a twist? No wonder Dad left you for a tranny.
Fine, just promise not to do it again.
Shut up, bitch.
Ow! You hit your own mum!
Now, we're about to go Freud in this piece.
Join us next time for another Jaguar Skills adventure.
Jaguar Skills. Jaguar Skills. 5 gorgeous young ninja pimps protecting Earth's entire galaxy. Always 5. Acting as one. Dedicated. Inseparable. Invincible.
923 K-Rock, Great Rock period. It's the Lazlow Show. It's more sort of about talk than the rock, but Jim Florentine has left the studio.
He's gone.
And the cell phones are ringing saying that something blew up somewhere.
Something on St. Mark's Place.
Well,
that's what we heard.
I heard a gay person spontaneously combusted.
Down there?
Yep.
No, there's nothing but used CD stores and crappy chain restaurants down there now.
And those poor people that are like really, have you seen the stories about these kids that are really, really rich and they come to New York City to hang out and pretend to, see what it's like to be poor?
Oh, those people who are like begging.
Right.
Yeah. I know.
Meanwhile, they've got like their daddy who's got millions of dollars and they're begging. It's like, dude, just get on that treadmill and yuppify.
2 years they're working at Morgan Stanley.
Right.
Yeah.
Now they're down here with them. Can you buy meth in the city? I'm just fascinated with this stuff.
Not that I've ever seen, but maybe.
Wait, you used to be a food writer for Time Out New York and get paid to go to foo foo restaurants.
So how does that mean I know anything about meth?
Thank you. How do you know anything about anything except for tea and crumpets?
Point taken.
Dude, I was reading online the other day, going through, you can hit that random button on Live Journal and read hot teen blogs.
Dear blog, today was great. I got a new haircut and hung out with Leah. Beth and I went to the beach, and Joshua pushed me in while I was wearing my new bathing suit. It's totally see-through. Then the guys took turns on me.
The Lazlow Show.
I really, seriously, I wish I knew what he was saying there. With the bang a dang,
Waga diggy,
mama say, mama saw, mama kusa.
Yeah, no idea.
That was Kid Rock, who's
Yeah.
now doing mobile phone commercials, evidently.
I wonder what his homies in Cell Block 6 think of that.
Whatever, dude. If you're making money, who cares?
That's true.
That's the new motto in America.
Right.
That's why I'm not buying stocks in granola or tofu. I'm
Right.
buying oil,
cigarettes, and
tobacco, and people that pollute. Those are the guys that are making the money. That's the stock to buy.
But you were in the wilderness recently, were you not?
Everybody in Alaska, because I was after last week's show.
Yeah.
You know when we killed the day laborer and buried him in off the Hudson River.
Yeah.
I flew to Alaska up there to go fishing with my homeboys.
Mm-hmm.
Evidently, in Alaska, they're a little concerned about the black people.
Are they?
I heard the N-word several times. Talking to this guy, is like, what are y'all doing? Because everybody's got like a Texas accent.
Yeah.
Because there's a ton of oil people up there or something. And he's like, I said, we're just going to go fish. He's like, you going to do some nigger fishing? I'm like, and exactly what would that be, sir? And he's like, standing on the bank. Like, and what does that mean? I'm here for salmon. He's like, well, because you're standing on the bank because niggers can't afford boats. And I said, have you seen MTV Cribs? Do you guys get TV up here? There's a lot of... Those days are done, dude. There's plenty of people of color that make way more than you do.
Yeah.
Sitting here. People got outhouses up there, dude.
Do they?
I swear.
And there's no laws up there, right?
There's
You're
no
telling me
law.
it's like...
This guy was saying to me, he goes, how do you live with all those laws down there?
How do they live up there? It's like their number one concern is death by bear. Move.
Seriously.
I know.
They gave us a gun when we were going to go fishing, and they said somebody should be watching the tree line because bears will come rolling out and kill you while you're fishing.
Move to Ohio. That is what I'm telling those people.
Seriously, and all these guys work for the oil company. But see, if you live in Alaska, you get a check at the end of every year from the oil companies.
Do you?
Yep.
What do they spend that money on?
Whale blubber? I don't know, man.
Ammo.
And they got nothing good to say about the Eskimos. They call them lazy.
Man, they hate everyone up there.
They hate
What's up with that?
I don't, and that place will knock the environmentalists right out of you, dude.
Yeah.
Because it's whatever. Mow it down. We need trees. We need oil. These guys that work on what's called the slope, which is in like North Alaska, it's so cold. All the guys that work on the oil fields, there's flights leaving that are owned by the oil companies that fly workers back and forth to the slope. And we were actually staying at the house of this guy that works up there. And he said that it's so cold that you just leave every combustion engine running 24/7. Your trucks, snowmobiles, all run all the time. Because if you shut them off in a couple of hours, the engine block will be seized and you're done. How people live there, I don't get it.
No.
It's the fishing's damn good though, and the Alaskan women are ugly, ugly, ugly. I couldn't find one that was halfway attractive. Because 24 hours of darkness in the winter, it does ugly things to your brain. 923 K-Rock. Reed, what I really love about this show, which is called The Lazlow Show, this is our fourth. And our friends don't even listen anymore.
No, they have no idea.
Like your buddy just called you and said, hey, dude, what's up? It's like, fool.
We're working. We have a radio show here.
Right.
Nobody listens.
Right, nobody. And
No.
all my friends go, yeah, dude, I listened till about 10:45 and then...
Girlfriends, wives, turn off like 10:30. They got stuff to do.
Correct.
They're going bowling or something.
And like last week when we had Jimmy on, we picked up this illegal immigrant in the Home Depot parking lot. It was 4 hours of comedy gold that was probably violated some OSHA rules. We roll into the Home Depot parking lot like, does anybody here like Mexican food? Anybody? We almost got our asses beat.
That's right.
Handed to us. I think my favorite part, though, of last week when we had Jimmy in here was when he's married. And when he was telling us about all the whorehouses around the day labor hangouts. That was a trip. Here, take a listen. So, your wife is in El Salvador?
Yep.
Yeah? Well, don't you get lonely? Do you have otra muchachas?
Oh, also like the different my wife? Or
Yeah, different than your wife.
Yes.
Yeah? So we went to Home Depot to pick you up. Where do you go to pick up female day laborers? Or, hourly or 5 minutes?
The Home Depot?
No, are there sluts at the Home Depot?
Oh, where they like to pick up women?
Women, to rent them for un otra...
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts.
No, muchachas?
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts?
Yep.
Por,
Yep.
Yeah? Dude, who knew you could roll up on Dunkin' Donuts and get a donut?
In the station. I live in the station. In Babylon Turnpike.
Uh-huh.
They have the home over here. You go in the home.
Oh, there's a house?
Yeah, I live in the house, yep.
And there's chicks there, women?
Yep.
How much does that cost?
How much?
$30.
$20?
30.
30?
$30.
What do you get?
Please. Que no más.
No más. It's
Hispanic or Americano?
Spanish.
Spanish?
Yep.
Awesome. Dude, that's next show. That's where we're going.
We're going to have a remote broadcast live.
We're going to be broadcasting live. What are the women's names? Do you know any of their names?
No, I don't know the name.
You don't learn their names? You just go in there for your business?
I don't know the name, no.
No? Yeah? They just are they muy bonita?
Yes, muy chulas.
Really? Big leches?
Mucha leche, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of milk.
Lecheras.
Lecheras. You're getting into this radio thing very well, Jimmy. We're thanks for coming on the show today.
Okay. 92.3 K-Rock.
I love it when you just point to me and start doing some kind of like...
That's my job.
You just point to me and you got your fingers going like some kind of signing for the deaf.
That meant I had to go potty.
Dude, I went to...
Whoa, now.
Dude, I'm sorry. If you're not coughing, you're not getting off.
You've got the consumption, like Nicole Kidman.
I actually went to a concert where they had a woman up front and there was like a deaf section and people were signing.
The lyric, what was the concert?
I don't know. It was like some jam concert.
Like Slayer or something?
Right.
Yeah.
And they just, sit there with their middle finger up the entire show. It was weird. It was like, I could understand why, if you were deaf going to a concert, you can't hear anything.
No. But maybe the lyrics were especially beautiful.
I guess.
No.
Couldn't you just read them?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't get it. We actually, the first rock station I worked at, we had an event, and this guy came up, and he's like, I love your station! And I said, that's cool. And he was completely deaf. And I said, and I actually know a little sign language, because I had a deaf friend in high school that I killed. And I said to him, what do you do? And he would just he liked the rock station better than any of the other stations because he bought a massive sound system and just turned it up. And the rock station had more bass than anything else.
That's cool. It's like I was driving my car on the turnpike a couple years ago and went up to the toll booth and there was a toll taker and he had no fingers.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's like, I got nothing against anyone. There's like 2 jobs in the world that you cannot have. You got no fingers. It's like typist and toll taker. But this guy, he wanted to show the world that he could do anything. So there he was. He was taking tolls.
What did he do? Did he take the money in his mouth?
Yeah, no, you just put it in his palm. And he threw it in the basket.
Really?
Yeah. We all learned a lesson that day.
He must be hot in the bedroom.
Sounds like you got a nasty cough.
Yeah? No shit.
Here, baby. Try this.
Soothe?
Yeah. Soothe annihilates cough and cold symptoms.
Wow, I'm seeing donkeys.
That's the patented cough-killing concoction of codeine, morphine, and alcohol. Your cold will be history. How's your cold now?
Who the hell are you?
I'm your wife, fool.
Soothe kills a cough fast. And for the kids' chesty cough, it's Soothe Junior, the medication that comes in a fun, animal-shaped container kids will love.
Hey, look at me. I'm binging on medication just like Dad. Ugh.
Oh, my God, he's barely breathing.
No, that's just the medicine doing its magic.
Thanks to Soothe, his cough is history. With Soothe, you'll forget you had a cough, your name, or where to properly go to the bathroom. Feel better fast with Soothe.
93 K-Rock, it's the Lazlow Show. Oh, I forgot to say Great Rock, period. That's the big positioning, branding thing, Reed.
According to the focus
We
groups.
are half-assed. We have dropping songs not supposed to do. I sent a demo CD of our last 3 shows to Cousin Ed, and he said that stuff that we had done, he would have already gotten fired.
That's hard to believe.
You don't talk about the commercials. You don't talk about... You never joke that we play the same songs. You never make that joke.
Which you just did.
Dude, I get so distracted. It's like half the stuff that we say that we're going to do, we never even do.
But you know what we did do?
What?
The contest.
Oh, that's right. Here, I got to read the stupid thing. Joseph Warshaw, some kind of Polak, won congratulations to... Oh, I have to read it. Congratulations to Joseph the Polak of location of winner... Central Islip. I'm married to a Polish girl, it's fine. Who was the 92nd caller and scores a copy of Stain New CD Chapter V. before you can buy it, plus qualifies to fly to Atlanta to see Stain perform live at the Hi-Fi Buys Amphitheater. Can we stop naming every stupid-ass concert venue after, like, a big, dumb corporation? It drives me nuts. Where are you? I'm going to be at the Verizon Wireless Center. Great. That sounds like a blast. And hang with so this guy might be able to hang with the band at an after-show bowling party.
He qualifies, yeah.
Yes, he does qualify. So congratulations, Joseph. And the other thing I forgot to mention is on Thursday, I'm going to be on the Opie and Anthony show on XM Satellite Radio, which none of you should be listening to. You should listen to this station and assume that there's nothing else. We're in big trouble, Reed. There was something else. Oh, Reed, I forgot to tell you. The Lazlow Show's going strong here, especially since I've started talking about this. Well, it was.
Until the racism and all that came out. Yeah.
Dude, we got nothing but love on this show.
All right.
I can't. There's a laundry list of stuff that you can't do.
You just did it.
I know. No, it's not.
Oh.
No, it says it's okay. Dude, look at the current administration. They don't want anything about sex or anything like that. But if you want to make fun of minorities, rock and roll.
Okay.
But we didn't even talk about this. I want you to look at that piece of paper, Reed, and see what that is. What does that say on top of that paper?
Where? Dotster, account management? Did you register my name as a website?
ReedTucker.com is now owned by me. I now own your name on the internet.
I don't care.
And you're going to care when you see what I post on there on Monday, donkey boy.
Those pictures of me in the bathtub when I was 7.
I've got another confession to make.
You know, I've never fully understood the fade. It's like, where does the band go?
They're still playing right now.
They're still playing right now.
In a studio somewhere.
And somebody has to obsess over how fast to fade the song.
I felt like that one worked well.
Yeah, but, I like bands that, don't get me wrong. I got no complaints about Ozzy.
Sure.
But I like songs that bam, 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 bam.
You know it's done.
Big guitar slam.
You know when to clap.
I think the fade was more like 70s, 80s kind of vibe.
It probably was, yeah.
Reed, I've upset your sensibility. You were yelling at me in the last song.
A little bit.
But
there's some things
we're going to go out with a bang, dude. We're going. We're going out. They said, "Come do some shows." We loved you and Reed on Grand Theft Auto, and I said, "Fine. I hope you know what you're getting into, because I'm not. Half of Jersey calls loaded, smoking something,
driving around looking for a donut store."
Right.
Yeah. Thanks for calling.
Speaking of donuts, my boy Will Wheaton.
Of Star Trek?
Of Star Trek and his cool new books that are out. Last week was actually pulling a Homer Simpson and eating a donut with a beer.
Yeah.
That is ruling. Dude, we should... Oh, you know what? Like once every 6 months, I dig up Bub Rub.
Love this guy.
Dude.
This is the internet sensation.
Right.
Yeah.
He was huge, man. And he cracks me up every time. He was, I guess, hanging out at this muffler shop in California where they put these crazy whistles in the mufflers.
Yeah.
And it's like him and his sister. They got gold teeth. They look like they got blunted up all day long. They got this beat up old like hoopty. And they're getting this thing installed that makes a ton of noise. And if you listen tightly to some of the production we played during the show, you'll actually hear like some Bub Rub clips from this, but this thing cracks me up.
The latest rage for kids is driving parents and entire neighborhoods crazy. It's called a whistle tip, and it's welded inside a car's muffler to make the car screechingly loud for nearly a mile. Well, tomorrow night, Oakland residents will be complaining officially to City Hall officials. Crowd 4's Mark Jones has the story live in Oakland this evening. Mark.
Well, Pam, city residents have been told this noise is perfectly legal, so tomorrow they hope to start the process to change the law. Nearly every muffler shop in Oakland is installing whistler tips. It's a piece of metal welded inside the exhaust pipes that makes the car audible for almost a mile. Tell me about the whistles.
The whistles got woo!
Anybody that has it in their neighborhood is going to be totally driven crazy.
It sounds like what?
When you want to woo woo, it's that woo woo. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the flows. They didn't trip off the flow masters.
That decoration, man. It's just for decoration.
That's
it. And that's all, man. We do it for decoration.
You have it on your car?
Yeah, I got it on my car.
I love her, dude.
I love him too. In the official news program, he is identified as Bub Rub.
Right, and it says, and then it shows her name a little. This shows you how crappy television news has gotten. And it shows her down there, and it just says Lil Sis.
Right.
It doesn't have a real. They don't even bother to get her real name.
It sounds like they fight crime or something. Bub Rub.
It's great.
Kids is driving parents.
Oh man. If you do like a Google search on Bub Rub, you'll come across that dude. It's good viewing. He's got some more statements. And then for a while he had a website. He was selling like T-shirts, and then they tried to shoot a documentary, but he was literally so high he made no sense at all.
It's crazy. It's just like our day laborer from last week, Jimmy. One thing happens to him and they go all Hollywood. They don't return our phone calls.
Speaking of weed, this is the last time I went to a 311 show. I had a 14-year-old offering me a hit.
The picture. Pay attention. Slow down. Get the picture. Listen to the signs.
Sponsored by the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee and the New York State Broadcasters Association.
And that PSA goes out to the drunk girl that just called us driving around Long Island.
Lazlow. 92.3 K-Rock. K-Rock.
I wish somebody would just ring that fool's doorbell and get it over with, dude.
Ring it already.
We get it, Jack.
Yeah.
You only wear 2 colors, and you're really tragically hip.
And you married your sister / wife.
What was that?
I don't know.
He was saying that they were married.
Right.
I don't even follow pop culture enough to understand what is going on with any of that.
And why is incest a boost for your band? Why is that? Why do you want to leak that story out there?
It worked.
Hey, you're right. We just played their song. So
that's true. This is the Lazlow Show on K-Rock, and the greatest quote of the night so far, besides having Jim Florentine from Crank Acres on the show,
he was funny,
was Reed over there with his head in his hands after we accepted about our 15th phone call from some muttering dumbass. Reed puts his head in his hands and says, "These phone calls make me want to die.
Make me wish I were dead." Yeah.
People just don't understand what's going on with radio these days.
I know.
We're trying to come in and make a little difference, do a little something different. The question is, does society want something different? I don't know.
I don't know.
We've done 4 shows, Reed. We've got some representation coming, I think, maybe.
You think?
I don't know. There may not even be any more shows, but
we'll see how it goes.
We'll see they may be moving us. I don't know.
But until then, we'll just sit here and we'll take phone calls from drunk people driving around New Jersey.
Correct.
So if you're that person, please call.
We just love talking to you.
Let us know how Dunkin' Donuts is treating you.
Some fool from some part of Queens I never heard of.
Broad Channel.
What is Broad Channel?
I don't know. I lived here so long, I've never heard of that neighborhood.
You used to work for Time Out New York and tour all the boroughs and write about all the cool little places.
It does not exist. It's like Narnia. You go through a bookcase and you're in Broad Channel, Queens. But apparently they're having a party out there. So if you guys want to get in your car and head to Broad Channel, then lock it down.
And my favorite part is the people that are proud to be driving drunk.
Right.
They're like, yeah, man, I'm just driving listening to you, and I'm drunk.
That's right. Are you on the left or the right side of the road?
Right.
Man?
Dude, have you heard of the train?
Right.
So if we are on next week or the week after, we've got some people lined up. There's going to be some more comedians coming in because Reed's brother is actually funny and knows a bunch of people from like the Chris Rock show and Chappelle show and all those kind of folks. And hopefully we'll be having Patton Oswalt, the comedian, on. Will Wheaton will be coming on to talk about the World Series of Poker and how he got his ass handed to him in about a few hours. I don't understand the whole poker thing, dude.
No, I don't get it.
And like, in fact, a bunch of dudes from the Chappelle show invited me to go play. The guys that do like bit parts and stuff.
Yeah.
Like a year ago when we were doing Grand Theft Auto stuff. And he's like, come play. We have all these poker games. I don't know, a river from a flop to a...
No.
Dude, I play video poker and some bitch brings me free martinis.
That's what I'm
about. I'm in Vegas. That's all I can deal with.
Yeah.
I'm not about it. And also, we're supposed to have the Playboy. I write for Playboy magazine occasionally. I think the Playboy Advisor is going to come.
Yeah, we'll have some good questions for him.
Right.
Tell some good stories.
He'd probably be able to tell 2 stories.
I think drunk people from New Jersey write into him, actually, and then they call us.
He has a staff of people. All they do is respond to the same, because, they get a lot of the same questions. What do you think the number one question is to the Playboy Advisor?
Am I wearing too much cologne?
Yes.
Yes, the answer is, if you're sitting on the subway next to me, yes.
No, it's people write in with different scenarios. Want to know if they're really cheating. Like, if I'm just across the room.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Or, if I'm in a glory hole, is that? I don't know. Dude, I've got trannies. Mm-hmm. Abortion and glory hole.
And swinging. Those are your favorite topics.
The check. We didn't get to the Star Wars material. Oh. This has been the Lazlow Show on K-Rock. Thanks to everybody out there that contributed to this show, because so far the entire Grand Theft Auto posse has been doing it for free. So
we appreciate
it. And we'll see if we're on next week.
Join us for the next edition of the